studying, trying to be a knowledge report, but this year I was really locked in and really bought into learning these positions to help the team and be the best player I can and give myself the best chance to compete.
The obvious challenge this week, going on the road for the first time, and facing the reigning Heisman Trophy winner. Is that something that excites you?
Absolutely. We know it's going to be a huge challenge. He's definitely one of the best quarterbacks in college football, and he can throw, he can pass, he can run, and it's just a huge challenge for our defense. We have a really solid defense, they have a really good offense, so it should be a good matchup.
I remember about chasing him down.
Guys, the fact that you saw him last year and just how dynamic he was, does that help you guys to know what to expect a little bit better?
It definitely helps us, but game changers year in and year out. He's developed as a player, just like we have developed as a defense. And I'm sure he's gotten better, and his technique, his read, his keys, just as we have. So just really getting in, seeing him on film and tendencies and formations and everything like that will give us the best chance.
What do you remember about chasing him around last year?
He's fast, he's slippery, he's elusive. You just gotta use your technique when you're, pressuring him, knowing that he can make you miss at any moment, and just trust that other 10 guys around you are got their hair on fire to get him down as well.
This defense played a lot of young guys Saturday night when I went back and watched. A.J. Terrell, Chad Smith in at crunch time. Taking them now on the road to Louisville, what do you tell them about an 8 o'clock environment on the road and how to prepare and how to deal with that?
It's no different. Just compete and prepare just like last week, The lights won't be too bright. We played Death Valley, primetime game against Auburn, 8 o'clock. I'm sure Louisville's also a tough environment. It is. I played there. But we can't let that get to their head too much. It's just another football game.
How much confidence do you carry from the success you had this past week? Going to a different challenge this week, but knowing that if you play your best, how good you guys can be as a collective.
Yeah, well, like I said before, every game is a nameless facement opponent. If we don't lose to Clemson, we'll have a chance of winning, and we just can't beat ourselves. Just got to do our jobs and focus on the task at hand.
Watching that game film as a team, what was that like? Watching the Auburn game film?
There was definitely a lot of mistakes that we can clean up. Granted, there was plays that you rewatch a few times and you're like, oh, that's a good play. But there was definitely some bad that if we don't get corrected, we can get exposed. Just like any game film, no game is perfect. But we watched that and we'll put it to rest and move on to Louisville.
What do you remember about that game 2 years ago at Louisville?
It was tight. It was tough. I didn't play that much at the time. But I just remember it just being tough, hard, fourth-quarter game, and I'm excited to be on the other end of that spectrum, this week, being able to be out there and compete.
I'm excited every game to start conference players and start that efficient offense.
That's our next goal for the team is to win the division, and getting into ACC play is definitely exciting. Definitely have something I'm playing for, definitely a different sense of pride. I'm excited to see how the team's going to respond.
What do you know about the Louisville? What can you tell you about that environment?
They're tough, they're fast, they're physical, and so are we. So it should be a good matchup to see how we compete against them.
Dorian, do you even allow yourselves to think, okay, if we get past Louisville, this team lost and that team lost and that team lost? Do you even allow yourselves to think that this could be such a critical game?
No, and Coach Sweeney does a good job of not allowing us to think like that. He preaches every week that it's a one-game season, and the biggest game of the season is the next one. So last week, the biggest game of the season was Auburn. This week will be Louisville will be the biggest game of the season. So going forward, just having that mindset is the best thing we could do.
Is there any extra special challenge in going against the Heisman Trophy winner? Maybe when you thought maybe your guy should have won a Heisman Trophy?
Well, we just know he's a really good quarterback and he can do a lot of different things with the football, so we have to respect his game and don't take it for granted.
What do you remember seeing out of him, especially in that second half last week?
Just the way he was able to compete at such a high level and make guys miss, not go down on first contact, just plays on scramble and just making plays that shouldn't be made, to be honest.
it appears to me that your role has changed a little bit. Still the same position, but instead of being that guy that's out there all the time against a running team, you're more of an every down linebacker now.
And that's something I wanted to showcase coming into the season, that I'm a 4-down linebacker. I can be in pass coverage, I can fit the run, and that's just from off-season preparation, film study, and just having confidence in myself and knowing my strengths and working on my weaknesses.
There's no nickelback listed on the depth chart this week for the first time I can remember. It's just Dorian O'Daniel. What's that like? And did Coach Venables tell you, hey, this is what we're going to do with you this year?
No, not necessarily. There was some instances where he wanted me to know multiple positions, and that was even me wanting to learn those early on in my career here. It was just a matter of me not understanding it enough, or whatever the case may have been. But there being no nickel on the depth chart, that doesn't really say anything about me, because there's guys that can come in and play at any moment. Ryan Carter gets some nickel reps. Jalen Williams does a good job coming in and getting nickel reps. Even Isaiah Simmons can come in and get nickel reps. So just being selfless with the position, just giving the team the best opportunity to win, compete at a high level, I'm all for it.
What are some of those weaknesses you said you needed to work on so that you could be an every down linebacker?
Mainly just my technique, in situations based on receivers, alignment, speed, just little things like that, and trusting and having confidence in my playmaking ability.
Was that the most fun you've had playing football Saturday night?
Honestly, yeah. I was talking to my family and some of my teammates, even during the game, I'm enjoying going out there and playing on defense. I'm not saying that I haven't had fun other games, but just an atmosphere and environment like that, and such a close game. That's what football's all about. That's what college football's all about.
Did you think that would happen a couple of years ago? Did you think you'd be feeling this way? Just because we've heard about Dorian O'Daniel for a lot of years, and now you're living
coming to my own. Yeah, well, patience is a virtue. Yeah. I've had to be patient my whole career here, and I've worked hard all my years here. So to really see my fruits of my labor, come to light, and just being able to play at a high level, I'm just really thankful for that.
What do you think you were doing that kind of prevented you? Was there anything you were doing? Were you getting in your own way, so to speak, a couple of years ago to keep yourself off the field?
I think it was me just staying the course. I knew I'd be ready for my opportunity when it presented itself, and I think I did a really good job of doing that. Kept my head on straight, kept working hard day in and day out, studying, learning the playbook, learning multiple positions, and when at the right time, I was able to play at a high level.
Did you ever have 10 sacks or 10 tackles in the first half of your career going back?
Never. No.
You're surprised you were able to do that against a team like Auburn?
Absolutely. I didn't even realize how many tackles how many tackles I was making until after the game. Coach Winnie lays out some statistics in the locker room, whatever, he said 14 tackles. All right, that's pretty good. But like I said, there's a lot on film to get corrected, especially on my part, But it's another opportunity to get better this week.
Obviously, you prepare for a whole offense, not one player. But in all your time here, has any one player even come close to having the kind of the focus you guys obviously have to put on the ball this week?
I wouldn't say it's any more focused than Stidham. They're both good quarterbacks. But I do feel like Lamar Jackson presents another challenge as far as being able to pull the ball down and run, get outside, break, contain, run up the middle with the zone read. So definitely presents another challenge. But like I said, that's what college football is about, is competing at a high level against a good team. So I'm looking forward to it.
Did you ever get to a point Saturday night where you're thinking to yourself or saying it to your teammates, I don't think they're going to score again?
I was very confident in the way the defense was playing, and Sweeney was very confident in us, and I think him having confidence in us kind of trickled down. He mentioned that punting wasn't the worst thing that could happen because our defense was playing so well. And just honestly hearing that was definitely a good feeling, because he believed in us, and him believing in us, we're going to believe in each other, so it's worked out.
How much do you feed off the energy of the crowd?